No, it's 4,000 per, not 2,000. I have 6 here. It's a 24,000 tax land claim right now. It's 4,000 per. Um, Fuck it. Here we go. All right. All right. What else do I have to spend money on, right? Okay. Oh, maximum area reached. I might not be able to expand anymore. Uh... Can I get my money back for that? I just spent 15,000 credits to make that motherfucker. Yeah, I can't use anymore. So I have 6 land claims. So apparently 6 is the max you're allowed to make. Well, I wish they would tell you that before you craft the fucking thing. Because I just wasted like 15,000 credits on making a land claim thing that I can't use. That sucks. Can I get my money back for that? Can I like... I don't think I can break it down. Maybe check the recycler and see if I can break it down. I bet I have to eat that cost. Staking unit. What do I get back from that? Item type cannot be recycled. Alright, Funcom. I found a pressure point. Yeah, I found a pressure point. That's yeah. That is a painful lesson, a good lesson, but a painful one. I gotta get the notebook. 6 land claim max. We are at the 6-hour 42 mark. 6-hour 42 minute mark. I mean, I have the money to burn. And I could just give that away to somebody. Obviously, we can give that away to a guild member. It's not going to go to waste. Then they don't have to worry about it. But for the immediate moment, that does kind of sting. Because it's like the whole purpose of building that was to like, hey, let's expand the base. And then to find out that you can't expand the base anymore. Like there needs to be something somewhere that says, like on the subfief as an example, there should be something in the subfief control that says, hey, you've reached the maximum limit. You can only have 6 of these vertically, 10 of these horizontally, or whatever the dimensions are. There does need to be something in somewhere. There needs to be some sort of a visual thing that says you have reached the maximum amount of size for your base, for your land claim. Because that could have been, you know, if I didn't have any more money, like that would suck. But I do have like 100,000 plus credits stored up, so you know, I got like 140,000 credits. So, like I said, I could just give that to a guild member who wants to expand their land claim. So it's not a total loss, but that's definitely a feedback thing to give to Funcom. And ultimately, knowing that I cannot expand the base, that's making me rethink this whole thing now. God damn it. I hate having to do this because it's like I spend 2 hours building something and then I decide I'm gonna tear the whole thing down because I can't get it to do what I want it to. I don't want it to be too wide. I guess the only thing to do here would be to not do rounded corners. Just do square corners, I guess. Let me just go back into this really quick. I can't do square corners because I'm too far inside the fucking land claim. So what if I shifted the whole thing over? I gotta shift the whole thing over. The only way I'm gonna be able to build what I want to build but I can't shift it over because I've got these things right at the edge of the land claim right where they need to be. That is very frustrating. So the only thing I can do here is if I really am stuck on this needing to be here, which it doesn't have to be, but the whole point was that you come out of Pinnacle Station, you look over here and you see this massive base going from the ground all the way up to the top of the archway with the Atreides face visible from Pinnacle Station. That was the whole point. All right, Bubblenia, that'll work. But I've literally, I'm at the very tippy edge. The only way I could do this is if I got rid of the ramps. It just said I don't care about the ramps. If I didn't care about the ramps at the front, I could shift this whole thing over one and still have the face that I want. And just not worry about the cool ramps things here, because these literally are touching the edge. Right here and right here. Like, we are literally... That took me like 2.5 hours to get the placement of that, because there's no snapping to grid. So that was literally me spending 2.5 hours getting that placement just right. And I really don't want to tear down all this hard work, but I'm really frustrated that I can't get this to do what I want it to do. Let me pray on this more. I may be making a big deal out of nothing. There may be a way to do this. Just hang on a second. If I did it like this, and then I did it again, see, those aren't even like, okay. Maybe I can make this work. Maybe. Not entirely sure. See, this is where I start to lose it, because you can only wrap so much before it starts doing funky stuff. No, this might work. This might work. I might have solved it. I might have solved it. Because now we've just created a right angle. I think I'm making a big deal out of nothing. I think I have a solution. I think that will work. Come on now. No, I want you to go right. It's like I don't want to place it on that right angle. There we go. There we go. Outer face. Thank you. Okay. Because if I gotta just double check this to make sure that this is gonna work the way I think it is. But it's telling me further inside land claim. I don't like that. Not true. Not true. That's impossible. Okay. I think this is gonna work. Come on now. It's like that TikTok guy. Come on, you motherfucker. Because then we've got right angles all the way out, and I don't have to do any funny. And we kept it in the land claim. I think my problem was trying to get creative with the, I'm going to have to do that from outside, I think. I was trying to get creative with the angling and everything without considering what the top needed to do, because again, I was running it into the rocks here, and so it was disappearing, and I didn't consider those implications. And this is why I don't have an architect degree. Tippity top. Oh, I'm gonna have to go up there. Now the problem is I don't need this to come out all this way. So this is where I'm gonna have to probably, I may have to close this off a little bit here. Worry about that later. Right now the big thing was making sure that I could make this turn. With the roof. Oh, wrong piece. No, that's giving me the same issue. Hold up. What is it not matching up with down below? It's a triangle. The triangle with the point towards me. Point towards me. And then point in. Oh, I see what I did. I just kept going triangle, 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 triangle. That's, well, okay. It's like, I know I just made this work. And all I have to figure out is where do I want to have this, like, die into the wall at. That's a future problem. That's a future problem. Okay, so I made this work. Okay. So all I got to do is redo this side the same way, and we're gonna be fine. Okay. So we're gonna tear all this down. This angle. this stuff here. Okay. Okay, one, two. So there's 1, 2, 3 triangle. 1, 2, 3 triangle. Okay. And then one more triangle. Hang on, I'm confused about something. By the way, who's down here waiting? Oh, hey Bubs. Here, let me go grab that piece for you. Alright, let me drop this thing on the ground. Hang on, did I not grab it? Oh, it put it in my... That's why. Drop item. Should have it on the ground. Was there a patch matches on screen? I'm not paying attention. I was doing like resource stuff. I'm gonna go see if there's a... I don't see anything in their Discord server. Oh, there's a service alert. Hold up. Currently looking into South American servers being down. Nope. Alright, thank you, Babylonia. Good luck with that. Have fun with your land claims, sir. Alright, I gotta figure out how to make this thing work. So we came out from the center, we went 1, 2, 3, triangle, 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 triangle. So, triangle, triangle, triangle. Somehow, God, this is too fucking dark in here. I gotta demolish this. This is all these weird triangle things that I had in here, which I don't need. This is when I was trying to make things work off of triangles. So I just go square. Figure out how to make this work. I think this is how it worked. Yeah, because then I just go square, 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 square. It's not a square, it's a triangle, but it's a square triangle. Haha! Okay. Why did you not place? Oh, did it do the bug thing? Nope. There we go. It bugged out on me the other day. Okay. Solved! Initiate fire! Only in this case, it's a base. Okay. And I have yet to decide how I'm going to tie the back end of it over there, but that's a future problem. The big thing was getting this the way I wanted it to look, so that we can have the Pinnacle Station view. And the rooftop. And then once I get the rooftop the way I want, I'm going to line it with wind traps and stuff, and turbines. I may put a cool pentashield landing pad on this one. I don't know yet. Okay. Okay. Oops, I did that wrong. Okay. No. There you go. Thank you very much. All right. Success! Yay! Alright, that entire structure has a roof now, and then I can figure out how I tie it into the rest of the building, because I still have a lot of... Okay, that was... Man. Sometimes figuring out how all this stuff fits together. This is the part I don't know what to do with yet, because probably what I ought to do is tie it off right here. The right height? I think that's the right height. Oh no, I'm missing a couple of pieces here. Can't tell if that's the right angle or not. Yep, that's the right height. don't see any gaps. Yeah, I do. I see a tiny little gap up in there. But you know what? I'm not going to worry about that tiny little gap for the moment. Other than I can't do it like that. I have to actually do a triangle thing to wrap the edge. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to. Ow! Fuck you! Oh my goodness. Alright, hold up. We gotta drop those walls. Because if I want to make this work, I actually have to tie it off according to the roof. What a pain in the ass. Alright. So we would tie it off like this. Right? Where's that? Yeah, because we would need to bring it out straight like that. Yep. And straight like that. That would be the way to do that. Okay. That'd be the outer face. This is tricky. I think that's it. Hard to tell. Yeah, I think that's it. We probably need to do one more just for the sake of continuity. Something like that. Okay. Double check it on the inside. Looks good for my house. I've got it all tied together now, and we can do things from here like change set, go into lighting, and then say I don't have agave seeds to do my chandeliers because they need agave seeds. But we can do wall lights like on either side of the. How do I align those? This is where the snapping tool is going to come in so handy when they finally add it. Because right now I'm just eyeballing. As an example. It's not perfect. But it's close. And we got lights when you come in. And I'll figure all this out another day. The most important thing is that I got it all tied in together. And if we go out here, looks pretty good. I do wish we had some floodlights for the exterior. Let's take a peek. gonna be hard to see it at nighttime. All right. At the very least, it's built, and it was wide. It's as wide as I wanted it to be. It's right at the edge of the land claim. I'll probably end up long-term moving the garage, because remember, I can build out all the way over to there. I can build all the way down the length of this over to there. So long term, I'll probably flesh this out to where I have something going along the entire structure. But that's a long term thing, because I don't even think I've burned up. I don't even think I've burned up 1,000 building pieces yet. Check. 900 pieces. Oh, I still have so much space to build things with. We've got a long, long, long way to go. But that is a good place to wrap for the day, everybody, because Chris is headed off to church, and I'm going to go do some work and get a movie prepped for this afternoon, and I might make my marinade for the ribs tomorrow. And then I'm going to rest for the rest of the day. And I have Lord of the Rings Online tonight with my brother and his kids. So I should have that episode up on YouTube tomorrow. Tomorrow morning we will be back for more Dune Awakening first thing in the morning. We will do more base building and more T5 production, and then Tuesday morning we're moving over to Death Stranding 2, so don't forget to stay tuned for that. If you're following on Twitch or Steam, on the Steam page right now, make sure to head over to the YouTube channel to follow along with everything that happens between the streams. Like, for example, we did the Dawnwalker gameplay reaction during the stream today during my lunch break. I'm about to cut that out and publish that on YouTube, so if you missed that during the live stream, make sure to head on over to the YouTube channel to get that. And then I will have a review of the Minecraft movie up probably later today after Chris and I watch that. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Slacker, Aroru, everybody. Ravesar, see everybody tomorrow. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your Dune Awakening, and do not get et by the worm, and avoid quicksand at all costs.